Welcome to today's episode, everyone. We've got a very exciting guest for you guys. For those of you just joining the podcast, we're E.N.G Media, and we specialize in helping software and technology companies scale their revenue. So if you want to learn how to take your software or tech business to the next level, make sure to stick around. And if you're interested in a free growth consultation, just drop us a word growth in the DMs. But without further ado, Shadi, thank you so much for joining us on the podcast today. I'm really excited to dive into, your background, interview AI, and really bring awareness to all the awesome stuff that you guys are working on.
Thank you, Tyson. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, I'm really excited for this one. And I think it's best if we probably start by maybe just, diving into really what your background has panned out to up to this point. I know you have over 10 years of experience as a CTO. And so I would love to really dive into what's led you up to really founding Interview AI.
I started working in the HR tech space around 20 years back, and I've been a CTO for like around 10 years. The HR tech space is a beautiful place because no matter what the industry you work in, there is HR in that domain, and it's industry agnostic. And with the technology as it's evolving, the new things are always intersecting with AI. Back in the days, it was just a sunrise of the internet, and we
Oh,
started having ATS solutions, and then now we have the AI. So during all this career, I've been focusing on the HR tech startups, and this has been my specialty. And you know what? I love it, and it's a beautiful domain.
nice.
Um, the CTO role that, back to your point, is it's basically you grow in the tech domain, and then you notice that you have these strategic capabilities and you want to express them, and you are able to bring things together. And that's how you find yourself being a CTO. And it's a
Nice.
beautiful role in the technology domain.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you kind of sharing really what your background has looked up, out to at this point. And we did cover that, you have tons of years of experience as a CTO, but you're also now the CEO of Interview AI. And so you mentioned HR tech a little bit, but I would love to maybe dive a little bit deeper into really what your guys' core area of focus is and kind of what you're solving for, if you wouldn't mind.
We're solving a universal problem, age-old problem, which is recruitment, the talent acquisition. It takes
Yeah.
forever to hire. It takes a lot of time, and sometimes it really gets so much tiring to find the right person.
Yeah.
And you always have to balance it between you want to spend time or you want to reduce time rather, but also you want to find the best talent.
Yeah.
So you have to choose one or the other. Like
Mhm.
either you give it time or you just have to compromise on the quality.
Yeah.
And this solution, like I never wanted to compromise. I want the best talents in the fast time at the speed of light.
Yeah.
And I was never able to find a solution. So I thought, how about I come up with a solution, which is having AI do the job interviews. And this is the hiring revolution. This is the game changer here. As
Yeah.
you know, AI's capabilities right now, we're in year 2025, we're still scratching the surface. I'm just wondering what will happen 10 years or 20 years from now in terms of AI.
Yeah.
So today we are impressed, so let alone after 10 years. So that's why I wanted to start this hiring revolution
Mhm.
and position ourselves in the right place.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, I think that there are a lot of, or there's a huge importance on being able to hire the right people. I know, as well as in our business, but I'm sure probably even for like the larger companies that you work with, I think hiring top talent is it's always really a main focus. And I know you guys help solve for that with AI, but even more specifically, you're leveraging like machine learning as well. And do you lead like a lot of the technical backend and really what goes into your guys' platform on that front? Or do you mainly have like a team managing like all of the initiatives you guys are doing in that department?
There's a team. We are a team of like 30 people running
Nice.
this. And I was hands-on technical person. Nowadays, I have people that I trust more than myself in the technology domain. And yeah, the machine learning is a beautiful thing where things keep improving because before the machine learning, things were programmatically static and that's how it works. Now with machine learning, if you ask the same question next year, you're going to have a different answer. So
Yeah.
this is the beauty that it keeps evolving and changing. And definitely you have to stay updated with this.
Yeah, no, 1,000%. And I know that, your guys' platform, like, so if I'm a company and I'm looking to hire top talent and I want to leverage AI, maybe I want to work with, Interview AI. you basically upload a set of preset questions, and the AI is actually able to interpret and understand the responses that you get from potential candidates, and it kind of grades them on like what would be the best fit. Is that pretty much how the technology works?
Yeah, you described it right. But even you don't have to upload the questions. The AI knows what to ask
Oh
and
wow.
knows how to drive the conversation, and basically deduces the competencies from the person, from the candidate, and tells you whether, or suggests rather, whether you
Uh-huh.
should proceed with this person or not. It will never impose on you, but it will give you a good angle to start from.
100%. Yeah, no, that's huge, and a key question that I had from that really as well is, like, what are some things that the AI is looking for in a candidate's response? I know it probably differs, like, from role to role, but let's just say that, I was looking to hire somebody to help me with sales within my business. I don't know, have you guys had any kind of use cases around, like, those specific types of hires for the companies you're working
Yeah.
with?
So in any role, there are things that are kind of standard, like the communication of the person, the critical thinking, the collaboration, because you always work with teams.
Yeah,
Whether even if your job is relatively solo job, but you still work with teams, especially after COVID, like you
yeah,
have to coordinate remotely with people. So these are kind of standard competencies that always make sure that a candidate has, because even
yeah.
if in different levels and different intensity, but you should have that basic minimums. AI talks to candidates, they have a conversation, and it makes sure that the person has the bare minimum in order to take the job.
Wow, wow. I mean, that is super interesting as well, and I could see and really after that, so, let's just say the AI has a conversation with the potential job candidate, and maybe that is somebody that you are looking to move forward with. At that point, does a platform pretty much provide you with all the details that are needed really to take it to the next step of the hiring process?
Yes, and the beauty about the platform is that it tests the person, or it assesses the person behaviorally,
Mhm.
technically, and the compatibility between the resume and the job description. So
Oh, wow.
basically, it's like 360 degrees view. You get to see, or like it's an X-ray machine, right? You get to see the candidates inside out, and without doing any effort, AI will do all of that on your behalf and will come
Oh,
back
wow.
saying, you know what, I met 100 people. These are the top five, and then
Oh,
you will
wow.
take it from there.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost handling the entire process for you, at least like the manual part of it that maybe these HR teams are kind of stuck in like the manual processes and maybe wasting more time as well. And I know that you guys are driving like really specific impact with your initiatives. Like on the website, I can see, you guys are increasing efficiency for these HR teams by 75%. And then you're also helping them increase their ROI as well. And is that really kind of from my understanding, is that because they're not wasting time with job candidates that wouldn't be a fit that they otherwise wouldn't be able to really identify that fast as like the AI? Is that essentially how you guys are providing an ROI for these teams?
That's true. So basically, you save time and thus you save cost, but also you improve the quality, because sometimes, even if you give it time, like if I give you five candidates, and even if you give it enough time, you may not be able to choose the right person because there are so many blind spots,
Yeah.
especially in resumes. AI is able to, in a quick time, able to dive deep and find the right candidate for you. So you save time and you don't compromise on quality as well. So
Wow.
this is the magic.
Yeah, that it really is magic. And that is super awesome as well. And I know that like when it comes to hiring as well, just from, some of the HR companies that we have spoken with, like some big things are like diversity, equity, and making sure like there's inclusion with really who they are hiring. Do you ever see, maybe certain large companies kind of fall into a category or they get into, a pattern maybe to where they're hiring, the same type of person and they kind of leave others out? Is that like a big thing that you're seeing and really the AI can help solve for?
You know, we take pride that one of our clients, they hired a pregnant lady. And this
Mhm.
is kind of discrimination, because it's unfortunate that people do not give chances for pregnant ladies. And AI interviewed people and said, you know, this lady is the right fit. And they
Yeah.
actually hired her. So it promotes diversity, equity, and inclusion. Everyone has the chance to be hired. And this is why AI focuses on, are you able to do the job right or not,
Yeah.
regardless of any racial or ethnic discriminatory aspects, gender, or what have you. So it just measures whether you can do the job right or not.
I love that. So it really kind of eliminates a lot of maybe just the human bias that comes into that process and maybe disqualifies a really good candidate early on that otherwise shouldn't be, and maybe they're actually a better fit than really who you're considering in the first place.
That's right, 100%.
Yeah, no, that's I mean that's really super interesting as well. And what I guess what would you say your response would be to people, because I've heard, and just to give a little bit of context and maybe take a few step backs, I've heard people say that, they don't want AI to be interviewing people, or they might feel like it misses a human touch, or maybe a potential candidate, like somebody who would consider themselves top talent and maybe they have offers on the table. They might get the wrong impression if they're getting interviewed by AI. Like, how is your guys' platform and your technology? And are you guys like taking any kind of approach to that? Or what would you say to that person that might think that this would really hurt their hiring process versus help it?
AI is more fair than us humans because we have bias in our DNA. We can't help it. I mean, we're built like that. We're wired like that. We have
100%.
biases. And, through evolution, it has been a defense mechanism to have some biases to prefer people over others. Now,
Right.
when we come to the workplace, this should not be the case, but it's in us. AI does not care about the discriminatory aspects of candidates. It just test the person and makes sure they are good. So when you are interviewed by AI, you are given a fair chance.
Yeah.
And not only you're given a fair chance, you are given the chance for an interview because what happens usually in the old school or in the current school, you apply and then hopefully you get an interview. Hopefully,
Sure.
with AI, whenever you apply, you get a chance for an interview. So if 100 people apply, there will be 100 interviews.
Oh,
So we don't have to kind of screen resumes and then we interview. Like everyone gets the chance for an interview because it's AI doing it, so you don't have to put time.
yeah.
So you get a chance for an interview whenever you apply, and of course, the chance for a fair interview. So
Yeah.
definitely, it's better than hopefully you will pass the screening resume phase and get to an interview with a human who may be biased or,
Yeah.
of course, will be biased, but we try to suppress this inside us. So definitely, it's a better chance to interview
Yeah.
AI.
Yeah. So, I mean, from the way that you're describing it as well for the candidate, they're given even a better opportunity to get an interview. They're not getting cut off on the front end because maybe there's bottlenecks or that company can't interview a large volume of potential applications. It's able to interview all of them, way faster than it would take normal people to, really.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? This will become the norm. I mean, 10 years from now, we will be surprised. Like, you still have interviews with a human, like at least the
Right.
first round. This will be, we never replace a humans because we always want, I mean, the department is called the human resources. It's in its name. So we
Yeah.
don't want to replace the humans, but we want to help them step in with the right foot.
I
So
love
instead of going through resumes and this boring digital, going through digital documents,
it.
let
Right.
AI talk to the person and really have a frank conversation with them. And then it will suggest whether to proceed with this person or not. And then you do it as a human. I mean, it's not going to replace you, it will just assist you in making the right decision.
Yeah, I love that, and I love the way that you're positioning yourselves along the hiring process as well. And really, what I'm always curious about, kind of from a marketing perspective as well, like obviously you're providing this, these AI solutions to the hiring process overall. How were you able to, I guess, gain early like user adoption and get people to kind of give you a chance and really build awareness around, everything that you guys are doing? Did you deploy any specific strategies like maybe posting content about it on your website, on social media? I'm sure that you guys are doing that as well. But did you have like a specific process kind of around how you've been able to get the amount of adoption you have up to this point?
You always have to educate the market because it's a new thing. So you have to keep on posting about this, but also the whole world is heading in that direction. So it's less of an effort
Yeah,
because I mean the market is being educated every day that AI's capabilities are beyond our imagination, and it's getting improved day by day. So and with the young generation, they use TikTok and Instagram, so they're used to videos. They're used to stand in front of a camera and talk. So when you tell them a video interview with AI, I mean, it's kind of just another thing for them. So
100.
there's much less resistance and more understanding of the benefits of AI.
Yeah, no, 1,000%. So it really sounds like your strategy has been more to educate the market about this, your guys' solution. And so has, a lot of the adoption come from like, inbound, really, would you say?
Both. I mean, as a startup, you always have to go and reach out to people because
Yeah,
you still cannot rely on your brand. You are still growing the brand as opposed to a 50-year-old company. So that's why, as a startup, you have to go and knock on doors. But
100%.
as you grow, people will start reaching out more.
Yeah, I appreciate you sharing that insight as well. And yeah, I love how there's never, really a secret sauce around it. It's kind of, it's just educating the market, and it sounds like you knew that there was a fit for this in the HR space just from your extensive, years of experience in dealing with this, especially from the technical standpoint. So you've really been able to prove the product market fit really up to this point. And that really, that leads me to my next question as well of, I am curious, like, do you guys have any, interview AI, do you have any specific goals over the next 12 months? Like, are you looking to roll out any kind of new initiatives or anything that we can be on the lookout for?
We are supporting new languages. Like each
Oh,
quarter, we support a new language. Right now, we support three, and we're going to support even more because this is a global problem that we're trying to solve, and we want to reach out to as many markets as possible to help them solve their problems. So right
yeah,
now, we support English, Spanish, and Arabic. And we're going to support, French and Portuguese and other languages, especially, in Europe, each country has its own language. So to go to the European market, you need to have so many languages supported. So
yeah.
this is something we're always working on and improving. Of course, in addition to the accuracy of AI that keeps improving every month.
100%. I mean, a new language every single quarter. Like that is really, really awesome. And, another follow-up question that I love to ask in relation to, some of the goals that you just mentioned. Like, if we were hypothetically speaking and you could wave a magic wand, maybe there's something in your way for you and your team really to get to these goals. And that magic wand could really solve for it. Do you know maybe what that thing would be?
That's a beautiful question. I cannot think of anything at the moment because the problems that we're facing are just regular problems. And I'm really glad that
Good.
my company is not facing any big problems, just kind of regular operational problems that any company will face. So I can't think of something that will, if I can change immediately and press that button or
Yeah.
solve a problem. It's a beautiful question, but I cannot think at the moment of anything that I want to change. I love the company, I love the team, I love the clients, I love the product, and we're changing the world.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And those are good problems to have, ones that you directionally know how to solve, and it's no really major bottlenecks around you rolling out some of the new initiatives that you mentioned as well. And, really, if there is anybody that's watching this podcast and maybe they wanna connect with you or they wanna learn more about Interview AI outside of your guys' website, what would be, like, the best social media platform for them to go in and really just connect?
LinkedIn is the best one. We have the page of the company and, of course, my personal page. These are two channels that are good to connect.
Awesome. And are you guys, like, posting content and, like, really revealing a lot of these new initiatives, like, as you kinda go on?
Yes, because again, we have a mission to help employers build their dream team. So it's not just about selling a software. It's more of making sure this problem is solved in the world, which is hiring the right people in minimal time. So it's not only about selling the solution. It's more of making sure the hiring managers and the recruiters have enough capabilities and the capacity to hire the right people. So we always try to keep them up to date.
Yeah, no, 1,000%. So, obviously, if there is anybody listening, they can definitely reach out to you, and do you guys usually hop on a call with them beforehand to really see, like, what you're able to help them with, essentially?
Absolutely. We are partner with our clients to solve the problem.
Yeah.
So yeah, we definitely help them and have many calls with them.
Yeah, and another question as well, like, are you guys building out customized solutions for each HR team that really comes to you, or are you able to, like, pretty much leverage all of the data from maybe similar companies to theirs and help them, like, provide them with insights and give them best practices on how to move forward with being more efficient in their hiring process?
I'm laser focused on the AI interviews. So this is the specialty, and we focus on this so that we don't have a diversification in the focus. Like this is the thing that we're building, and we keep on improving. Of course, we add more things to it, but this is the main line of business.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, it seems like every 3 months there's something new going on with AI, and there's so much new technology, and so I know you and your team are on, like, the forefront of implementing all of that and being able to drive those better solutions for your clients, really.
Absolutely. And one thing that I would like to cover in our solution, which is kind of a differentiator or a unique selling point. Whenever you have a rock star in your team and this person is leaving, but they are really good performers, and you start wondering, like, what are the characteristics of the person who should replace him or her? You
Yeah.
don't have to even guess. Just have this person talk with the AI, and the AI will get to
Yeah.
know him. And then you would tell AI, find me another person like this.
Oh,
So
wow.
AI will clone your rock star or your top talent. And
Yeah.
they will talk to them, understand them, and go in the market find you a similar person.
Oh,
So you
wow.
would clone them.
That that's super exciting. It's almost like in the old days, you would have to see if they can share, like, their best processes and have them build out documentation, like, if they're maybe a software developer on how they're able to give the output that they do, but now all it is them just having a conversation with AI about how they do their work.
That's right, and AI will know them, very clearly and very deeply, and will know that this is your standard. So let me help you find the next talent.
No, that is super exciting. And, a question too, just before we wrap up here, have you used the platform to hire anybody on your team,
Yeah.
as
Yeah, of course. I mean, you have to taste your own medicine, and that's why
nice.
we use it in our own recruitment, and it's so beautiful because when the startup started like 3 years back, you always have kind of low confidence. It increases with time, just like anything else. So we started with low confidence, and then we have so high confidence now with the AI. So definitely we use it, and we rely on the AI decision to know how to proceed.
Nice, I love that. So, practicing what you preach, that's really one of the best methods that
Exactly.
that you can do.
That's right.
And I'll be sure to include all of the links in the descriptions to your guys' social media platforms, to your website, and also in any post that I make on my LinkedIn as well. I highly recommend that you guys do go check out Interview AI. I think, if you have any questions, it's
Mhm.
worth, just reaching out and seeing where this could best fit into making your hiring process more efficient. But, really, other than that, Shadi, thank you so much for your insights and really for your time today. Was there anything else that you wanted to cover before we wrap up here?
Not really. Thank you, Tyson, for this initiative and for your time and for spreading this awareness. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's really been my pleasure. And I mean, yeah, that pretty much wraps this one up, guys. There you have it. And we will catch you in the next video.